Wally say, everybody act according to the season that they born in. Some in the night, some in the morning, some at noon, some in winter, some in June. It's all cool, it's a natural rule. Science is the jewel, for me and mine's yours and you. Let's move. Say a little bit about mine, yo. I was born in a season where the world was quiet and cold. Celebrations were going on. Some were happy, some were sad. Some felt bad from being good, some felt good from being bad. And feelings pass and change, but they never leave. They here to stay. Holiday, holiday, happy birthday. Teenage love, the first cup, run deep. So long flesh, this is the Brooklyn streets. Year of the ox, 7 and 3, MD. The history. Come on. Every soul got one today. Yes. It's where you been and where you be. And without understanding, you cannot proceed complete. It start then it end. Then it just go round again. Again and again.
But you see that sucker over there? 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds.
How many children do you have?
23, 22 baby mother. Real bad man.
What's up, my creeping ass niggas? It's the master of the universe. I tried to show the light to you, but you didn't see it. The darkness has swallowed your ass. I tried to tell you the truth, but you weren't feeling me, dog. I even offered my arm to you, to dig you out of the abyss you were sucked in, but you didn't have arms. What happened? Where did the connection go, G? Well, time to bring it back. And we know here at the Base Science how to fucking bring the connection back, don't we? That's why they call us the masters of universe. Because we know the natural laws over here, what dictate the outcomes. You either manifest like John D. Rockefeller, or your ass gets taken down by the Matrix. Another slave in the abyss. See you later. Good luck climbing out of that abyss without them fucking hands. Anyway, best way to bring back the connection, probably nature. Second best one, it ain't your morning routine, bitch. It ain't any fucking routine except one routine. The only true routine to bring the motherfucking connection back up in this bitch. It's cigars. Base Science is now officially cigar channel. Deal with it. Because we are the most base channel. Like, goddamn, these guys still arguing about diets, supplement routines, this and that fucking nonsense. How to fucking look smacks like a real fucking bitch. Jesus Christ, the testosterone is low. One day it hit me. I was talking to one of my friends over here. And we were talking about some of these Gen Z motherfuckers. And it hit me, why are these guys so into look smacking? Why are these guys so fucking robotic? And why can't they just be human beings? Like, what the fuck is going on? And it hit me, it's because they were born in the shitty ass hellhole matrix environment. And they never had that testosterone that man is supposed to have. Same with the females. It turns the females fucking gay like the frogs. And transsexuals and freaking tomboys. And like, these females have more guts than most of these men. They have more balls hanging than most of these guys. But it hit me. Well, most of these young guys are so fucking obsessed with this shit because They wanna feel how it feels to be a real man. Balls hanging low on the ground, about your knees at least. Smoking cigars, fucking bitches, or one woman actually. Or bitches. Who gives a fuck? Muhammad had a harem. Like most of these freaking, even these religious leaders, they had a bunch of bitches. Have you ever read the Old Testament, brother? Dude, Abraham, that these mainstream centralized religions are built upon, I think he must have had at least 3 bitches. Because they were real men back then. They were smoking cigars, making stories up to control the lemmings. And fucking bitches. So these Gen Z fellas, they were born out of some suboptimal sperm and egg coming together in a suboptimal woman. And then 9 months later, those Gen Z motherfuckers pop out and they were like, where is my hormones? Where is my happy chemicals? Where are they? They're nowhere to be found. And now they have to live in this constant hell of trying to optimize everything, and still it ain't enough. Well, it might be if you start doing what the best science is telling you. But even then, it's gonna be uphill battle. You gotta have some dollar bills. You gotta go to the right places, and you gotta smoke some goddamn cigars. Throw the fucking supplements out that you're spending hundreds of dollars a month, and start spending those dollar bills on cigars. Trust me on that one. I've tried every fucking supplement out there, and the leaf is the best one. It brings the connection back, like I said. Makes you feel like a real man, real human being, because it brings the connection to yourself back. When they destroy the connection with yourself, it's over for your ass. That's when you go to the Shadowlands. Shadow realms, into the abyss, and you cannot see the light anymore. Nothing makes sense. Nothing feels like feeling. That don't make no sense. You get the point. The feelings, they are nowhere to be found. Because the connection to yourself is lost, and then you lose the connection to your outside environment. It also can happen the other way around. It probably happens that way. The outside environment kills your motherfucking vibe, and then all the other vibes get destroyed. Relationship vibes, friendship vibes, vibe with other humans, vibe with animals. Even the animals don't come near you anymore. Even the freaking cows hate your ass. Anyway, let's talk about the cigars. But trust me, guys and gals, get some fucking cigars in your life. It really makes your life way better. And I'm really quite excited about today's episode, because we got, look at that leaf, Hoya de Nicaragua. Maybe my favorite cigar brand. Although I have only smoked few cigar brands, but this is the best one I have smoked, and it's the oldest premium cigar brand out of Nicaragua, of course. It's in the name. And every single one of the cigars I have smoked from Hoya de Nicaragua has been fantastic experience. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. And they have been my favorite cigars I have ever smoked. But I have never had this one. This bad boy. It's a big bang. Let's see. It got this little tip over here. It's belicoso shape. 6 inches by 54. It's kind of bad boy. Nice looking wrappers. But who gives a fuck? We don't care about the vanity stuff. But it looks good with the red and gold. Looks like it's called Antano CT. Light wrapper. Might be an Ecuadorian wrapper with a Nicaraguan binder and filler. Or it might all be Nicaraguan. Let's have a little smell test over here. Very nice tobacco smell. Very musky, earthy. Sweet. Fairly mild. I was hoping some sunshine with my cigar, but I guess we have to suffer. At least it ain't that windy. It was windy. Too windy though for the first go. Jesus Christ. But yeah, base science all about cigars now. Because guess what, guys? Life is a bit harder here at Finland than it was in the tropics. That video is about to come as the summer is starting to close in. It's the end of the August. The best months are done, and those best months weren't the best by any means. It was a this is some serious process right now. It was not a very good summer for a black guy like myself. Oh, where are they? Whoa! Even the first puff, and it's pretty good shit, huh? Oh, they roll these bad boys and grow these bad boys at the Hoya de Nicaragua real nicely, I gotta say. They do some fine work bringing some meaning into this life over here. In a world full of emptiness, darkness, no meaning. Very little joy anymore left. A lot of fucking hurting. A lot of fucking emptiness. A lot of fucking pain and suffering. A lot of fucking lemmings. Oh. I'm gonna like this cigar a lot. I can already tell. Very little consciousness. Very little connection. That's why we smoke the leaf. That's why we got the balls into the sun. That's why we got the feet on the ground. That's why we on the lake. That's why we on the forest. Or at the beach. Or at the volcanoes. If you really wanna get after it, dog. That's how you build the inner connection back. When we cookie with gas, baby, haha. We start to become the master of universe once again. That was promised to us. This cigar is incredibly good, guys. When you start smoking cigars, everything becomes more beautiful. Like only a couple minutes ago, I was here talking to you guys, erupting my troubles, to the video. Now they all vanished. Now I'm just looking here at my view. It's so peaceful. It's so beautiful. I feel connected. But also, I feel fucking amped up. Cigars also do that. They don't make you a pussy-ass bitch where you just fucking lay down over there and don't do nothing about this shit. It makes you fucking feel beautiful, like a human being, but also because you feel the beauty in the life. You want to do better. You want to know better. Because guess what? It gets lonely out here. If you're the only one that has the connection, you cannot vibe with anybody anymore. How's the relationships going? Can people pair bond anymore? I haven't seen one motherfucker pair bond in last 5 years. The old pair bonders. No new pair bonders to be found. I gotta say, the volume of smoke could be a better. It's a bit of a tight draw. So not much smoke coming to your mouth, and you gotta really suck that shit. But the flavor, this might be my favorite cigar I've ever smoked. It is quite a bit similar to the other brand or other cigars from Hoya de Nicaragua. It's a bit similar, but this might be even better. And all of them have been fantastic. Very little smoke though. I like more smoke. Just like I like big fat asses. And I cannot lie. There's a seagull over there. Yeah, there's not much smoke, huh? Too bad I didn't bring my toothpick. This kind of creation, I guess not the best one. God damn, that's good. I don't even know how to describe the flavor, really. But it's very good. Anyway, I was thinking of smoking a cigar in this video. Because it's fucking fun as fuck. And talking about connection. How the modern world has been designed to kill your vibe. Because people are very easy to control when they don't have any life force left. When it gets dangerous is when people have nothing. Well, they have everything to lose, really. That's when it really gets dangerous. Like when your life is full of connection with other people, with your family, with your loved ones. You got kids. And then things ain't going to your way. That's why a man with testosterone started to do crazy shit. But when nothing makes sense and you don't got nothing to lose, and you don't got any life force, and you don't got any testosterone, you don't got basically any motivation, inspiration, passion for life. It's all been sucked out of you. Nothing feels like nothing anymore. You have completely forgotten what love is. What's on fucking fire is. You basically don't even got imagination anymore. You just watching other people's creations, and those creations suck. Like, easiest way to see how gay everything is to just put a Netflix on, or even YouTube these days. Like, there's nothing good to watch anymore, guys. That's why I'm trying to make some crazy ass videos. That at least you can enjoy something while you eat your dinner before you go burn out the 5G towers with your homies. Or go plan the next revolution to take over the Federal Reserve. How could Hillary Clinton be suicide? That's a joke, by the way, but seriously, how could she be? Why is it always the guys who come up with free energy that get suicided? How is always the guys who try to come out with to expose the child sex trafficking rings that get suicided? Why is that? Anyway. There's really no smoke. God fucking damn it. Maybe I come back later. There we go. Hoya de Nicaragua, get your fucking rapping down, right? What the hell is this shit? You need to use a toothpick. Oh, there's some diving duck. I see them every day. They're certainly chilling over here. Oh, he stopped. Oh, he dived. Must have smelled the fish. I mean, even the lemmings have to be bored out of their minds with these Netflix programs. I mean, how many Love Island seasons can you watch? How many fucking Big Brother seasons and whatever else the fuck these lemmings are watching? Oh, the diving duck is really close by now. Can you pick it up? They're called kuikka in Finnish. And they are really sturdy ducks. Oh, there he goes. See ya, buddy. Look at that. Nice little runoff. Takes a while. Takes all the freaking energy for that duck to get off. Now we're talking. It's burning very nicely and evenly. The flavor is fantastic, I ain't gonna lie. Leaves a very nice taste in your mouth. And makes you feel really good, I gotta say. Oh, there's the other diving duck. They're meeting up. Oh yeah, they're meeting up over there. They got their gang going. But even the creative individuals, they're kinda losing the plot over here. Like, when's the last time we had a funny movie with actually good humor and funny jokes? Like, I feel like it's been a while. Maybe Tropical Thunder or some South Park episodes 10 years ago. Or even longer, actually, 15 years ago. Like, no wonder these Gen Z motherfuckers are completely fucked. And funny. I mean, I draw a lot of silly goose energy from their shit, but it's just so funny how they're stuck into that weird, robotic, nerdy, LARPing world, and just going fully into it, just trying to imagine how it feels like to be a real man or a woman. And I mean, these women don't even like the young man. Like, there's a big movement of young men that kind of wanna be mans, and they're doing everything possible, but it's still, they're actually not. Well, in their minds, they are doing everything possible, but it's still the wrong things, because the wrong things are programmed into the algorithms and being pushed upon and made hip and cool, and there's a bunch of rabbit holes that these young guys, their frontal lobes are not fully developed yet. So obviously, like I was the guy myself 10 years ago, and now I see all of those mistakes, and now my balls are actually hanging pretty low. And I can see why I got sucked into that trap. But it's even worse for these guys born 10 years after me. Like, I was still born in the early 90s, so it was a different ball game. But even I was looking at, like, I was big into pro wrestling. And some of these pro wrestlers from the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, when it was still way better than it's now. Like, these guys were like crazy. Wrestling every night, and wrestling is actually very hard on the body. And they were wrestling hard every night, drinking every night, doing blow, probably smoking cigars. Like, they were living a extremely crazy lifestyle, and they could do that for a good while. Now obviously they dropped dead very early on, but they could still do it for a whole while and not be like these fake ass motherfuckers. Like, they were actually real men doing kinda weird activities when you think about it, like very weird. But they were still like real men, real guys, doing their stuff. And that's when it felt real. Like, every wrestling fan knows that the 90s and the early 2000s, the Attitude Era, was the peak of wrestling. When they did the craziest shit. Because human beings were way different beasts back then. And that was my point. Like, when I was young, I was looking up to those guys. Which is definitely not a very good thing to look up to, thinking about it now, but still. Anyways. And I was always amazed how the fuck can these guys do it? Like, how the fuck can they drink themselves to dead ass drunk almost every day, still fuck bitches, still wrestle, like these crazy matches, and just keep going and going. And now I understand it. They were born in a way different environment. When the programming wasn't as bad, when the Matrix hadn't been built yet with the non-native maps, and also the Earth's magnetic field, like, just the Earth itself was doing stronger That's why the people were stronger. Now you can. Now that was kind of like my childhood and teenage years, but then in my 20s I got into the philosophies and all of that shit, trying to figure out the best knowledge. And when you read these philosophers from like 1800s or beyond, you just read their text and nobody's writing like that anymore. I'm gonna be honest. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's good to think about these things as much as they did, or just fucking spend your time writing about it and all that. Like, I'm not really about that. But when you just compare what they did and what their work ethic to that was, and how their brain was functioning, how conscious they were, how much knowledge they actually had in their brains. Like, they were knowing all of these mythologies, all of these spiritual texts, all of these secret society fucking rituals. And it wasn't even the 1800s, it was also the first part of 1900s, up until the probably, well, it really started to go down at the 2000s, but it was slow progress to the 2000s throughout the 1900s. Like, there were some very big brain individuals, wild men that can still think like a motherfucker. Like, I feel like only person like that I know these days is Jack Cruz. Like, he's the only one that can actually think like a lot of different ideas and disciplines, and like jack of all trades, what I talked about in my last video, I think. Like, he can draw all of these things together and be master of them, or close to expert at them at all, but still be a real man also, with a balls, an authentic human being with bunch of fucking life force. I make that crazy noise because I'm sucking it so hard. Now I know how the females feel, huh? But he's like the only one in the science or health space that can do that, and it's amazing. Or not the only one, I was obviously best science is here as well. But he's like the big dog. But then we got these Paul Saladinos, like the rat boy that people like to look up to, shooting up TRD in his ass, being like the young guys, absolute fucking robot. When one small thing goes wrong, it's over for your ass. You gotta worry about everything in this world. Like that. And then he tries, with all of his might, he tries to be this manly alpha male man. But it just don't ever work that way, Paul. You are rat boy. You are beta cock male. You are a little simp, larping as a high testosterone alpha male, shooting that TRD in your ass. Like, that's the definition of larping as a high testosterone male. Like, that's what the Andrew Huberman, another one, absolute fucking fuck with. Now, obviously, I know why they are also like that. Why they never can bring all of these ideas together, because they're probably part of the club, guys. Gotta be honest, they're probably part of the club. And the club likes to keep its secrets a secret. Now, in those clubs, some of those guys probably fuck a lot and are also pretty fucking clever and are also psychopathic as fuck. But they're probably kind of crazy people. obviously they are crazy people because they dominate everybody. And they don't give two fucks about any of us. Well, they give little fucks so we don't revolt. That's why they killed the connection. Because they understood when you kill the connection, that's when it's easy. That's when it's easy mode to control motherfuckers. To control the masses. Because if they would be revolting left and right, you would have to be on your toes. You would have to be careful. You couldn't really sleep with both eyes closed at night. That's why they're all about that one eye symbolism. Keep one eye open all the times, so people don't revolt. It's burning really nice, this cigar. But I would say, at least for the last 6 years, they've been sleeping really restfully and deeply at night because they understand they already kind of won the game. They suckered in the masses to they suckered most of the masses into couple different silos that they can control fully, pretty much. They made everything centralized as a motherfucker. So it's really easy to control everybody. They know what everybody's doing. They know who everybody are fucking. And that's a long list for many of these bitches, guys. That's a long list. Like I said, most of these young bitches, they don't even want to know what being a real woman is all about. No. They want to be those. They channeling those victims of Genghis Khan up in this bitch. They channeling those old ass back in the before thousands women that got raped left and right. Like back then, most girls probably wanted to have a one man, so they wouldn't get raped by left and right. But now, these Gen Z and Gen Alpha and Beta girls, they already bodied up before they even turn 20. It's pretty funny. And also sad, obviously, because it just goes to show how little connection humans have. Young guys have their troubles, young girls have their troubles, and it's all just trouble. And it's very hard to find your place in this world if you are actually a human being that is still capable of some brain activity, whose heart is still creating incredibly huge magnetic field that you can feel multiple feet out there, because that heart is still feeling things. That's a rare breed of human beings who still got that connection with themselves, who have not get sucked by the darkness. Because basically everything is trying to suck you into the darkness. Like, that's basically all base science is about. Me telling you guys what the darkness is, so you have at least a fighting chance to not let yourself getting sucked by into the abyss. Because climbing yourself out of the abyss, that shit ain't fun. That shit ain't easy. and it will probably have many more casualties. Because hurt people hurt people. Oh, now we're talking again. It's a really great cigar, but the draw is not good. I have to put my own little baby hands at work. Which is what a real guy, which is what a real man does. Men are good with their hands. Fixing shit. Putting one feet next to another and another. Taking action. Yeah. There's a bunch of fish at the surface there. I can hear a bunch of bees going around. Otherwise, it's very calm. Very peaceful. Peace is one of the feelings that has been completely destroyed in the modern society. Because human body cannot create the hormones and chemicals that bring about peace in the modern environment. It's practically impossible. And most people look into things like psychology, philosophy, religion, spirituality, basically all the wrong places, trying to manufacture this connection, but it ain't never gonna work if you are not in an environment that don't support your biological needs. You have to combine those two. And I would say, like I was pondering this a little bit in the beginning, I would say your outer environment pretty much creates your inner environment. Now you can be master at placebo maxing all you want, but it's gonna be really hard in most environments. But it's gonna be incredibly easy if you put yourself in the right environment. And soon I'm gonna make my summary of my summer up here at North in my family's cabin, smoking cigars and doing a bunch of other savage activities, compared to my tropics all day. Maybe the greatest experiment anybody has ever done on YouTube. Like with the peace and testosterone and being real men and women, just like those, the attention span has been completely fucked over by the modern environment. That's why autism and also ADHD and just being a low IQ, low conscious individual is on the rise. And it's rising straight to the fake moon. Like the numbers are insane, exponential, logarithmic. So people are programmed with these YouTube videos and other bullshit that the algorithm feeds your poor ass to think that, yeah, I can just get better. I do 1 week experiment eating sardines, or I do 2 week juice fast, or I can fucking I can do this and that experiment for a couple weeks and that's gonna fix all my issues. Because those are the things that are hip and cool in the interwebs. And also, they seem so easy. It's only a couple weeks, you gotta do it. And then your whole life has changed. You get the peace back. You get the life force back. You get the vitality back. And then it's easy to keep, but it doesn't really work that way. If you keep noticing. But guess what? The problem is, nobody keeps noticing. Well, some people do. But also, here's the catch. Some people are very good at noticing certain things. Like we use the noticing word when people start to notice the Jews. But that's only fucking one itty bitty piece of the problem. And it's not even the Jews, it's the Zionists. And the Fabians. And they want you to think that it's the Jews. They want to manufacture this conflict between the religions. That's what Albert Pike said. That's gonna be the Third World War between the Muslims and Christians, and probably throw the Jews in there somewhere. It's gonna be the war between Yahweh, Jesus, and Allah. And that's gonna destroy everything that's left, and it's super easy to bring the New World Order then. But they didn't even really need a really big Third World War. Because they brought the technology. That was the key. Technology was the missing piece in their puzzle. Because back in the days, the key was to send all the strong men into war and eliminate most of them while they were sitting back in their castles or palaces. Eating caviar and whatever else, smoking cigars, living their good life. And when the war was over, which they make sure that the right side always comes out on top, because the bankers, they finance both sides, so they can pretty well control. Oh, the neighbors are coming. They can pretty well control what's going on. Look at that. It's stacking up real nicely. So they can control the outcomes. But that was the playbook back in the day. Just send all the strong men in the fields, make them fight each other, kill a bunch of them. So after that, there's not so many of these crazy savages you gotta worry about. You can sleep in peace again for a little bit. But then they realized this technology is way better to control people. You can surveillance everybody. You can put everybody into these cages, mental and physical cages if needed. But most of the time, you only need a mental cage. You don't even need the physical cage anymore. In most cases. Because the technology pacifies people so freaking badly. It's gonna fucking break soon. There he goes. I told you. I see these things. Because if you want to become master of universe, you need to become master at observing. Master at noticing. Master of the truth. Master of the knowledge. Those are the prerequisites. Prerequisites. So you can actually understand what's going on. Understanding is the real key. And you can only understand what you know first and what you see. But at this point, everything is so obvious that it ain't even fun anymore. How some people cannot notice these things. I always say the lemmings feel the shit or they don't feel nothing, which is which is also feeling this shit. Like that's the exactly the thing. When you don't feel shit anymore, that's what this whole video has been about. You feel nothing. You start to do all kinds of crazy shit. And not the good kind of crazy shit. Not the good kind of savage, real nigga shit. It's the bad kind. It's the one that bunch of you get hurt, but you probably gonna hurt a bunch of other people around you. And you just make this world a darker place than it was before your ass came here. In religious terms, that's the Lucifer at work. That's the temptation at work. In nature's terms, it's just nature doing its thing. You have fucked up so much that you're searching for all the wrong places because you don't have no fucking idea what you're doing. You got no capabilities of thinking yourself out of this mess anymore. That's why you go into all of these wrong rabbit holes. Why you take all of the wrong turns. Because it was exciting. It made you feel alive for a second before the pain hits you. Before the pain train hits you. And it's hitting like a freaking freight train, or however you say it. Freight train. It's hitting most people like a motherfucker. But that's the thing. When your body, your life force is too much gone, you cannot do anything about it anymore. You better stumble upon some real wisdom. You better hope that you roll those sevens when you throw the dice. There we go. That's a quite good cigar, if I do say so myself. Anyway, been going for a while now. It's a pretty good day here. Could be better. Could be way better, I gotta be honest, guys. Could be way better up in here. This shit ain't the same as it was in the tropics. Not by a long shot. That's a little spoiler alert. Anyway, use these words to build real connection in your life. That's pretty much the only thing that matters anymore. Fighting back and building connection. Real, authentic connection. With that real fire. Real energy. Only thing that matters. It's tough. It's getting even chilly over here, huh? Look at these surroundings down. God damn. It looks cool. But how does it make you feel? Huh? That's the question. And not for 2 weeks. No, not a 2-week experiment. We did some real fucking science over here. 500 days eating raw chicken. To see what the fuck is really up with this raw meat shit. Then 8 months straight in the tropics. We're doing real experiments. When the placebo fades away, how is it then? How is it really then? We wanna know, is this the real deal, Holyfield? Or is this just another empty fucking rabbit hole? A fucking booty trap laid there by the guys on top of the pyramid. My cigar experiment is going pretty well, I gotta say. Now there are dangers, obviously, you can overdo it. And then you cannot function anymore without them. And then it's a crutch. Oh, the fish are jumping now. Then it's a crutch. And then you are just a slave for the leaf. But I haven't really failed that, at least yet, but I'm a newbie with this cigar experiment. That might be my next experiment. Cigar every day. Way more expensive than raw chicken experiment. Cigar every day experiment. Let's do that for 500 days and see what the fuck happens. It's way more enjoyable than eating raw chicken though. Raw chicken kinda bland compared to some of these Nicaraguan leaf products. All the best, guys. Keep it real. Keep it G. And remember, once a real nigga, always a real nigga. Keep it creepin', dog.